Good evening, friends. This is Dr. Pradeep Kumar. Welcome to Engineering Clinic. So, in this session, we are going to see ant colony algorithm in NS2 for wired networks. I am running operating system Ubuntu 20.04. So, whatever the instructions I am just giving you, everything will be suitable for 18.04 as well. In case if you want to install NS2 for Ubuntu 20.04, please refer my other video in my channel. So in ant colony algorithm, so it is simply a module called as AntNet, that is ant colony network. So there are multiple files in this ant colony algorithm. This protocol called as AntNet is used. So which I have already published a post in my blog in 2015, 5 years back. It was there. Since there are so many queries I am just receiving from my students as well as from some of the scholars, I am just recording a video for the same. So let me go to my website. So in this website you can see the ant colony. So once you search in ant colony, so my website name is nsnam.com, nsnam.com. Here I have this ant colony algorithm, the complete algorithm with the source code, what to do, the instructions, everything is available. But the performance analysis is not there. So we can able to see the performance analysis also today in the video. So you can download using the Google Drive link. I have already given there. So not only me, anyone can download. So click the AntNet and then simply click the download link. So once the download link is clicked, so you can download it as a zip file. So unzip this file in a particular folder where you can able to see all the files. So there are two components. One component is there are some set of files which are belonging to NS2 have to be replaced. That is the NS2 files has to be modified, and there is a separate algorithm for AntNet. So both these things are included. Now what I do is I will just unzip it to my desktop folder or my home folder. So extract it, then I will be checking the folder there. So let's go to my blog and search for ant colony and download the complete folder AntNet as indicated in the video, as shown in the video. Once done, now copy paste the files in their corresponding locations. So we will be seeing that also. So my location of NS2 is /home /Pradeep Kumar /NS all-in-one -2.35 /NS 2.35. So this is a location where I will be copy pasting all my files. So inside this folder the files has to be pasted at different locations in different subfolders. So we will see how that can be done in this video. So go to the AntNet folder. So this is in the top there, and here there are so many files there. So the first two files, cmu trace.cc and cmu trace.header file. So these two header files have to be moved to a folder called as a trace folder. So cmu trace.cc and cmu trace.h, they have to be moved to a folder called as, or they have to be pasted to a folder called as trace. So inside ns-2.35 there will be a folder called as trace. So in this folder these files has to be pasted. So afterwards we just copy this and go to the new window, open a new window, go to ns all-in-one 2.35, then ns-2.35, then there is a folder called as trace. So either you can type it directly here trace, or you can just go and search the folder and then paste it. Yeah, now it is pasted and just control V. So it will be asking for replacing it. So please understand, whenever you pasted it, you should already the file is existing, we are just replacing it. So how the algorithm of AntNet works, that we will be seeing it shortly. So now we have droptail.cc and droptail.header file have to be moved to a folder called as Q. So we have a folder called as QUE. So that has to be pasted in the Q folder. So now we will be copying this to Q. So okay, and inside this we just paste it. So again every time it will be asking for the file to be replaced. So you understand that if it is replaced, alert box is coming to you, you have to understand that the file is already been there and we are replacing it. Now we have makefile.input. So this is the file very important because this file contains the all the compilation steps, compilation algorithms on the AntNet, everything is available here in this file. So this makefile.input has to be replaced with ns 2.35 indirectly, but there is a minor change has to be done in the makefile.input. We will be seeing that, because since it is Ubuntu 20.04, we have to use the GCC compiler 4.8. Okay, now the TCL files, ns default.tcl, ns library.tcl, and ns ns packet.tcl. So these three files, just copy this, and it has to be pasted in the folder called as ns 2.35/tcl/lib, that is a library. So in this folder, this file has to be replaced, because this file already have something. So what are the contents of this file, why we replace all these things, we will be seeing in the second part of this video. Second part means within the same video, at the end of this I will explain the algorithm, how it works, and then you can understand. So in the library folder, we will be replacing 3 files. So and then 3 files. Yes, done. So next thing is packet.h file. So this file we have to paste it in the folder called as common folder. There is a folder called as common in ns 2.35. So all the folders are available in ns 2.35. Now this also pasted. So packet.head to be pasted in common folder. Okay. So now we have the next two file, priority queue.c, priority queue.h. These two files has to be pasted in again in the queue folder. Already we have pasted in the droptail.cc and droptail.h in the queue folder. The same way this also has to be pasted in the queue folder. So again we will go back and put it in the queue folder. So in case if you can able to see the steps in my video and then directly go towards the second part of the video, we can go. Yeah, now finally we have come to the last part, that is algorithm. So first in the algorithm also there is a separate zip file. So first you right click and extract here and double click it, and there is a AND-NET folder. So just copy this entire folder, copy and paste it in ns 2.35 folder. Just simply paste it in ns-2.35 folder. So this is a folder where we have the entire algorithm is built. We will see how the algorithm works in the later part of this video. So this is very important, where the AND-NET folder has been pasted in the ns 2.35 folder. Now step 2 is the compilation. So first thing is the GCC version, because Ubuntu 20.04 directly uses GCC version 7 point something, which is not helpful for running ns2 application. So ns2 reasonably it will be working only on GCC up to 4.8 only. So beyond that it won't work. So we have to change the compiler to 4.8. In case if you want to install GCC 4.8 in Ubuntu 20.04, please refer my other video. Again this step is very important. So you have to change the compilation steps in the makefile.input. So in the makefile.in we have to change this GCC 4.8. Okay, so now we will open the makefile.in to change to make the GCC changes. So either you can directly open it through GUI or you can directly open it through terminal. So now we can see this is the AND-NET common.o, AND-NET rtable, AND-NET.o, the CC files. Now here we have to check CC at CC. Okay, you can see here CC equal to and CPP equal to. So we have to change this to GCC-4.8. So if you are working on this command, the GCC and G++ has to be installed. So you can see my other videos to install this GCC compiler in Ubuntu 20.04. Okay, so these two steps is very important for this to run, else you will be encountering huge number of errors in ns2 while compiling this AND-NET algorithm. Okay, now once it is done, now the step number 3 is to compilation. So for compiling ns2 we have to use the command called as make. So in case there are already ns2 is installed, then you can able to clean the files using the make clean command, make space clean. So then after that you can use make. So sometimes since we have made some modifications to the makefile.input, so we have to use /configure. Anyway, we will see that when you open a terminal. So once you open a terminal, you have to go to the NS 2.35 folder. So first you can use cd ns all in one hyphen 2.35 slash ns hyphen 2.35. Once you have done it, then you can use the make clean command, make clean. So sometimes you will get this error, so you need to rerun configure. So in that case, what you have to do is you have to use the command dot slash configure dot slash. So now you can see dot slash configure. So the dot slash configure will make the configuration run. So better to avoid that, instead of make clean to put first, you can put dot slash configure first and then use make clean and then give the command make. Okay, now dot slash configure works, then make clean, then simply type the make command. So the make command will run, it will take some time to get completed. So depending on the speed of your computer, this operation will take a little bit of time. So after it is completed, it will be, you will be getting information like this. So since it takes some time, so you can just see without any errors, you should be getting this screen. So no errors, the compilation is successful. So once you get this, so that means that our AntNet algorithm is compiled perfectly fine, and then we can go for executing the TCL files. So without errors, you should get this page. So once you get this terminal page, so now let's understand the algorithm. Now the second part is how this ant colony algorithm is built and how to understand this ant colony algorithm. So we will be continuing in the second part of this video. Hi friends, so now we will understand how the algorithm works in AntNet colony optimization, how it is working, that we will check it now. Now this is the folder where we have updated in the compilation steps that we have done it, the first part. The second part, let us understand the algorithm. The main algorithm lies here in the AntNet. So there are so many header files and CC files. So as in C++, we have CC files and header files. So there are so many header files have been used here. So first let me go to the antnet.h and .cc file. Just opening it here. So in the header file, it has included so many header files: agent, node, packet, IP, trace, timer, handler, random, classifier, all these things that have. Apart from that, the AntNet packet relevant data also included, and ant packet, AntNet common parameters, AntNet routing table, and AntNet traffic. So after that, we have an ant timer. So we have a timer which can be handled with a timer handler, that is the inheritance there. And we have AntNet agent, so it is inheriting from public agent. It has the value as ns address, that means address of the agent, and routing table R table, then state of the local traffic model and window size, then sequence number, then R factor. R factor is the reinforcement factors, the learning factor of the ants, and timer and interval between generation of forward ants. So this is a timer and number of nodes in rows in the mesh topology, and number of nodes in Y in the Y topology. And there are some functions: number of node X, how it will be calculated; number of nodes Y, how it's calculated; then state how; then window calculation; then ant timer resetting, how it can be done; then send ant packets, receive ant packets, create backward ant packet, forward ant packet, backward ant packet. So memorize, update table, update traffic, and print neighbors. In the print neighbors, we have add neighbor, initialize routing table, get window size, then the constructor. So this is there in the header file. So the header file is just implemented in the .cc file. So in the .cc file, we have so many things like, so extern int number of nodes, how many number of nodes you want to use in the topology. So extern means this is externally defined. Then we have packet header ant. So we have a packet header ant. We will show you that how the packet header reflects in the TCL file. That also I will be showing you. So next thing is we are creating an agent like agent/AntNet. So if you do not understand this logic here, you can able to check my another post how to create a new agent in NS2 in my video channel itself. So agent/AntNet. Please remember, this is a string with immutable string. So the same name you have to use inside your TCL scripting as well. Okay, then we have the AntNet. This is a constructor. So this constructor initializes all the values. So it is binding values with the variable names with the names to be used in TCL. So these double quotes are being used in TCL program. The num nodes have been defined in C++. So that is how the way the TCL and the C++ are binding in NS2. So num node x, num node y, and here this is the variable name, and r factor is the variable name in TCL, and r factor is the variable name in C++. Like that, it is initialized everything. So then we have initialized the table and timer rescheduling. Then this logic builds here. So the entire algorithm is built here. So it will be printing a routing table as well. So the routing table is usually the name of the routing table is somewhere fprintf is there, file star. So file r table is there. So somewhere file r table, somewhere the name will be there, and file r table. Yeah, so this is a file open r table here. So the name of the routing table will be opened here. So on what basis the routing table is generated. So each and every function is initialized. So initialize the routing table, then print neighbors, how the neighbors are printed. So based on fprintf statement, the neighbors are printed. So every time when a neighbor is printed, it will be printed to the printf statement as well as to the fprintf. So fprintf means it will be printed to the terminal mode. Yes, std out means standard output terminal mode. In case if you are printing to the file, it will be through the file pointer fp. So this way the entire program, the entire algorithm is implemented. So update table here, method to update the routing table. So here also it is implementing, it is printing to the std out. Then we have the parameters here. So parameters of r, that is r factor. We have seen the reinforcement factor. So how the reinforcement factor has been computed. So you can see mu value, sigma, so infinity, I infinity, w best. So all these variables, if you have understood about ion colony algorithms, so you can able to understand all the parameters as well. So the entire formula is calculated and the value of r, and the value of r will be printed there. So whenever you are running this protocol, so this value will be printed in the terminal mode, because they use printf here. Printf means it will be printing in the terminal. So that also you can able to see. So this is the updates of the pheromones. The pheromone is a type of saliva excreted by the ants. So that's what the pheromones it has. So then the update traffic. So the update traffic also is implemented here, and so get the window size, that also implemented here. So all the functions which are there in the header file have been implemented in this particular and net.cc. So this is the first thing, is the network. Okay, so next file. So here the main thing is the name of the agent or what you are going to use in the TCL file. So because all the program we cannot run C++ directly, rather than we will be running only the TCL file. So in the TCL files, how we can able to call these things, that is what very important. So we have to call this agent, and these are the variable names, the binding are the variable names. So these variable names will be using inside the internet. So then similarly we have the other functions like routing table, packet.h, routing table.cc, and then traffic, and this common parameters relevant to this. So this is on the algorithms for this internet. That's the ant colony networking. Okay, now we will see some of the other files we will see one by one. So where all they have implemented the ant. So ns default.tcl. So this default is just supplying the default parameters of the various variables available inside the ns2. Now for example, I use ns default. I just search with ant. Maybe I can use antnet. So you can see that we have agent/antnet. Set number of node x. Even if you don't specify inside the TCL file, the number of nodes by default will be 4 nodes. Number of nodes in y also will be 4. So that means rows will be 4 and column will be 4. We will be getting a 4 by 4 and colony you will get. And number of nodes is totally 16. 4 into 4 is 16. Then R factor is 0.001. There is an R factor and the pheromone factor, and the timer ant is 0.03 seconds. So this is how the way the default values are specified. So even if you want to change these values, you can change these things inside your TCL script. Maybe you can copy and then you can paste it inside your TCL script. Anyway, we will see this also in the TCL file. So this is in the case of nsdefault.tcl. Similarly, I will open the other files, nspacket.tcl. So again, I will check with ant. Yeah, you can see all the packets that are used in the ns2 will be included here. We call it as a protocol list. So all the protocols are there. So in this, a new protocol called as antnet, that also included here. By default, this antnet will not be there in the nspacket.tcl file. So this algorithm, when they implemented, they included this antnet here. So only for this purpose, this file is been modified, nspacket.tcl. Then I will use one more file, nslab.tcl. the libraries, NS libraries. Again I will go with AntNet. Yeah, you can see here similarly like AODB, here we have a routing agent $self create AODB agent. So whenever you want to create an agent, so how you this is the OTCL code runs. Similarly for AntNet also we want to create an agent, so for that we have a function called as create AntNet agent function. So this is what will be executing whenever we want to use this. So this is what implemented in ns-lib.tcl. So this way for all other protocols also the creation of the agents have been carried out in this ns-lib.tcl. So only for this purpose it was used. Maybe I'll just show you that AntNet. So only this tool and the instance procedure. So now here the AntNet is what is the function? That function here is this is the name of the function create AntNet agent. So how you can create? You can use here agent called a new agent slash AntNet, then node address. So we will be giving the name of the node. If it is node 0 means we'll give node 0, node 1 means we'll give node 1. Then our agent start at 0.0 it will be starting automatically. Then node set our agent, return our agent. So whenever this function is being called, automatically this function will be returning a new agent. This is how the way the OTCL works. Okay, so ns-lib.tcl contains these kind of codes. Similarly you can see for AODB as well. So in case of AODB you can use the same thing, you can see here. So this also the same procedure it uses. So in case if you want to create your own agent, this is the method to add an agent within the ns-lib.tcl. Okay, so this is the next one. Now I will be going through the packet.header file, which is this is the packet.header file is a C++ code. We will see what is the name of the packet. So again I will use ANT here. You can see the new packet type is added here. Packet type is 73. So by default total number of packets will be 73 only. After adding pt_ant, that means packet_ant, the total number of packet becomes 74. So usually the no packet type will be the last one always. So whenever you add any new packet, suppose let's say I want to add one more packet here, static const packet_t pt_hi. So let's say if I want to add a new packet, then I can use 74 here. In that case I will change it to 75 here. Okay, so this is the syntax of adding a packet here. Now in this case I will just delete this line. So pt_ant is added in the packet.header file. So next is cmu trace.h and .cc. So this is to include the ant files into your trace file. So whenever you get a trace file, you want to get the trace file of ant colony. So in that case they will be implementing this also. So ant, you can see format ANTnet. So there is a function called as format ANTnet. By default this function will not be there. So now for this algorithm this is added here. I will just copy this and I will just search it. So there is only one, because in the header file I will just open this function in the cc file, cmu-trace.cc file. So in the cc file I will just check it here. So the entire function is added here. So you can see the cmu trace format_ANTnet packet p and offset in the packet structure p. So how it is added is ant o, ant s and ant l. So the same way we will be adding the other files as well. You can see that there are other packet as well, format_AODB. You can see that how the AODB packet is added. So how the AODB packets have been printed in the header file. So this is the same syntax you will be getting your header files. So AODB tx will be in the hexadecimal number, .h will be in the decimal number, b will be in decimal number. So this is how the way packet transmission packet h, then p, pb, pd. So all these things whatever we have seen in the trace files, which will be coming only directly from this file. So this is how the way the AntNet also will be appearing in the particular thing. Now when during what conditions the format AntNet will be called, it is on a switch case statement. Whenever the ant packet is enabled, so the format AntNet will be called with the value of the packet and the offset. So this is how the way the AntNet algorithm works. So this is the total function implementation of it. Maybe I'll show you the trace file, the format of the trace file while running the TCL file. Okay, so this on CMU trace. So next thing is we have NSLib. You have seen this. Then makefile.input. So that I already showed you that. Then priority queue. Actually, these three doesn't have any effect on it, but maybe I'll just show you that. Is there any effect on it? So no effect on this AntNet. Okay, then priority queue dot cc. Yes, pt antenet. So in the priority queue dot cc we have a case statement here. If the direction equal to the header common header structure, then receive high priority. So to receive the high priority packets for the antenet packets, so we just use this function to do that. So you can see all other switch cases also, from here to here also the switch cases they will receive high priority packets. Similarly here we are also receiving the high priority packets. If not, the direction is not in the upwards, so it will be a normal queue receiving packets. So only for this thing the priority queue.cc is implemented here. Okay, but this again implemented only on a wired network, not on a wireless network. So that is a priority queue. And drop tail queue, I think it's not there. Maybe in the CC file I will just show you. Yes, drop tail doesn't have any, because drop tail priority queue is one of the sub property of the drop tail queue. So that's why we need not mention anything about the drop tail queue. Okay. So having said that, this is the algorithm. So what are the files? So how we modify? In case if you are planning for any new algorithms in NS2, this is the procedure you have to do. So you have to carry these files. So these are the files that you have to carry. So that means you have to have a trace file. In case if you want to capture your own set of packets, you have to use the cmutrace.ccn, cmutrace.header file. That entry has to be given into the packet.header file. Then in NS default you have to set the default values, and NSLIB.tcl you have to set the creation of the agent function in OTCL that you have to give. Then packet.tcl you have to include all the packet types, so that packet type you have to include in the OTCL as well. So actually packet.h is C++ source file, whereas NS packet.tcl is the TCL source file. So NS2 works with two programming languages, one is OTCL, another is C++. So it is our responsibility to include at both the locations. And drop tail queue, it's generally for drop tail queue, and priority queue also we have done it. And make file input, this is the change that we are going to compile. We have already compiled it. Okay. So now the step 1 is done, step 2 is done. Now we'll go with the step 5. So step 4 is understood. Step 4 is the explanation of the algorithms, so that you can refer it, because my domain is not on ant colony or anything. I just show you how you can simulate this ant colony algorithms in NS2. Now step 5, running the TCL file. Running the TCL file. So this is step 5. So to understand about how a TCL file works, so you just refer my other videos on NS2. There's a playlist in my channel. We can use the playlist channel. There you can understand about the simple TCL files. Okay. Now I'll open the TCL file. I'll go to AntNet. Here, not here. Here we have a file called a simple ant.tcl. So this is a file simple ant. So in the simple ant, so here the set SEZ 2 number of nodes. So totally there are 2 nodes here. So I'm just creating 2 nodes. Then set NS new simulator. This is to create a new simulator. And open a file simple.out. I'll use simple.tr. I'll create a file tf set tf open simple tr w. So tr is for the trace file, w means write mode. It is something like a file open function in C program. Then ns trace all tf. So this is the file handler tf that I am attaching it here. Then I am creating a nam file. So nam file doesn't have any effect this, because we are not going to transmit any packets. It is only on the pheromones on the R factor. So we need not in nam file, but anyhow we can able to see at least the 2 nodes are created or not. So that's how the way you can use it. Then create these 2 nodes. So actually this is an example 2 nodes. So set n0 and n1 and create a duplex link between these 2 nodes. Duplex link means between n0 and n1 they can transmit packet on either way. So the bandwidth of 512 MB and the delay of 155 milliseconds on a drop tail queue. So only because of this reason we use the drop tail queue there. Now create 2 AntNet agents. So set nn0 and nn1. So now we can understand the new agent / AntNet. When this function is, when this code is called, automatically that ns-lib.tcl file will be called and it will be returning a new agent. Okay, now this agent is attached to node number n0 and this nn1 is attached to n1. Then attach agent n0 and nn0. So this n0 is attached with nn0, the AntNet agent. That means node 0 is attached with nn0 and node 1 is attached with nn1. then virtually connect both these nodes nn0 and nn1. Then neighbors, so how many neighbors you have? So as of now we are going to plan only for 2 nodes, so add the both the neighbors n0 and n1, both the neighbors you add it. Now next the parameters on the start time. So number of nodes is 10 number of nodes, and timer ant is 0.0. How many ants you want to plan? So how many ants you want to plan is total there are 10 ants, that's why it is given as 10. Then timer ant is 0.03 and the R factor, the reinforcement factor is 0.001, and start your simulation at 1.0. Actually these two are all wireless wired nodes 0 and 1, but this the number of nodes, this 10 means totally 10 number of ants. Please understand, don't get confused on both these things. The ant colony, it deals with ants, so number of ants is 10, and n0 and n1 is the two nodes, network nodes. Okay, then again for the next set again I am using nn1. So for nn1 also attached with the 10 nodes, n0 also attached with 10 nodes. Okay, so that I will be starting it here. Now for stopping it I use 10.8, it will be stopping, and nn1 also stops at 10.8. Then print the routing table, so it will be printed to the routing table. So both routing table will be printed to the same file. Then I call the finish procedure to close all the trace files, and I will be running the simulation. A very simple example. So I am not explaining the line by line code. In case if you want to understand the entire code line by line, you just refer my other video as well. Maybe in the description window I will be giving you the video links as well. Okay, so now I will be running it. So now run it. So the command is ns simple and .tcl file. This is the command. Okay, so now I will just open this file. I will go to the folder here, cd antnet. So in the folder I will delete the R table, because this is a table that will be generated. Okay, now I don't have R table. Now I will simply run ns simple and .tcl. So once I run it, I didn't get any error, that means that the coding is fine. Now you can see I got a simple.nam file, simple.tr file, and I have a rtable.txt. So now open the rtable.txt. So you can see the routing table at node 0. So destination 1, 2, there are totally 10 ants. So what is the pheromone value that is given here? So by default the value is 1.0 here, because as per the R value we have given it here. So if you create number of nodes or a huge number of nodes, then you can obviously you can get the multiple values here. So the destination is node number 1, the next destination is 1. Similarly the next destination is 0 here, because we have only 2 nodes here. So routing table at node 0 and routing table at node 1. So this is a simple routing table that we can print in using this ant colony. Okay, now I will be opening the trace file. So in the trace file you can understand there are so many these packets. See that ant is coming here, so that means this ant it's displaying here because of the cmu trace.tcc file, because there was a coding included to capture the ant packets, the packet written by the users. So that's how the way the ANT packets have been displayed. So this can be processed because we have started for the simulation at 1.0 and ending at 10.8 or 10.9. So we included up to 10.935. So now how we can print it? So for that we have a separate software. So you can use that software. I will be giving the link as well. So I will be showing you the software also. In my same website you can use a software called as APP tool for analyzing the trace file. So this is a tool. So you can use this tool and you can download it from here and you can install it as per the instructions. You can install it. To open this file you can use the command python gui main.py. Okay, so let me do that. Before that I will write it down. So what I do is, now we got, after we run this, we got two files, namely simple.tr and simple.nam, and of course rtable.txt. So we got three files. So .tr, .nam and rtable.txt. Now I will be running the nam file. So nam simple.nam. So when you run this file, you will be getting a 2 node, because we have given 2 nodes, but you won't show any demo here because the nam file is not modified. So it will be just showing you 2 nodes, that's it. So you need not bother about this. Anyway, we don't need the graphical view of ant nets. Okay, so now we got the trace file. Now to run this trace file, what I do is cd app. So I already installed this app tool master. You can refer, you can download, and then you can install it. Maybe I'll just give the URL here. So to download this, use of app tool master. So this also you can use it for your learning. Okay, now I'll use Python GUI main.py. So once I use it, I'll be getting this window like this. So in this window, choose file and go to the AntNet folder, and we got the simple.tr. Select this file, simple.tr. So once you have simple.tr, if you want to generate graph here, instantaneous throughput of the overall packets, I want to generate graph for this, then analyze. So once you're analyzing, tick interval, by default you make it 0, then you can check it here. Okay, it is coming like this. Maybe I'll just change the value here. Generate graph, average throughput, I'll analyze, I'll give 1 here and click OK. Okay, now you got the instantaneous throughput here. So this is the graph that you can save the graph as a PNG file or a JPEG file. So you can able to save this file. So this is the instantaneous throughut what you got. So the y-axis it is throughput, and the x-axis it is a time interval from 1 to 10. So starting from time 2, you are getting the instantaneous output. Then in case if you want to get plot the values here, you will get the values as well. You can copy this value or export to your file. Then total average throughput is 14.21188 kilobits per second. So this information also you will be getting it here. So not all parameters can be analyzed here, because based on your trace file, whatever is possible, those things will be analyzed. Maybe we will go with instantaneous delay here. So we'll go with instantaneous delay here. So you can analyze it here. Again, tick interval, put 1 and click OK. Now you got the instantaneous delay here. So the delay from 2 to 10, how the delay happens. So you just see the delay, you can zoom it. So in case if you want to check it, you can zoom it also, and you can verify it. So that way you can able to plot the delay characteristics. So y-axis is on the delay and x-axis is on the time interval. So again, this also you can able to save this. So you can able to see the configure also. The plots you can configure to the full length. So this way the graph also you can adjust as per your need, you can adjust. Okay, so this is on the instantaneous delay. Again, this values also, x and y values also, you will be getting it here. So this also can be exported to your file. So likewise, whatever parameters is needed in your AND file, so those files you can able to generate. Then if you are enabling energy for a wireless network, you can enable this energy value. And packet delivery ratio, let me check it. So it is some errors there, the 0 division by 0. So because we didn't generate any packets, because it's just only AND colony, so we didn't generate any packets, so it's 0. And jitter, we'll try jitter whether it's there or not. Okay, so there is no jitter in the particular trace file. So using this file, using this software, you can able to process your trace file. So with this, the AND colony algorithm you can able to download easily. So I'll be just go to my URL for downloading this AND colony algorithm. I'll give 2 URLs. So AND colony. So I'll give another URL as well. So in the URL you will have the files to download URLs. So first URL for AND colony. For AND colony algorithm. Number second is app tool processing. Maybe I'll just delete the question. Okay. So this is on app tool to analyze trace files. To analyze the trace files. So this way you can able to run the algorithms very easily in using NS2. So you can generate multiple files as well. You can generate, and then you can plot the routing table using AND colony softwares. Okay. So and maybe I'll just give you the downloads also, where you can download all the files. So I'll give the URL as well. to download the software, to download the AND software and colony algorithm. Okay, so thanks for watching my video. Subscribe and share it to your friends. Thank you very much.